I'm ready for this.
We're live on YouTube and Instagram.
Hello, Instagram. Hello, YouTube. And
guys.
Welcome to our weekly discussion about Westworld Season 2. Today we'll be talking about episode 9, called The Vanishing Point. Which, if you are an artist, you do know when you look at paintings, you see the lines merging together when it comes to Vanishing Point, where all the ideas and collectives all meet together.
That is what it means.
This episode is really about, making plot lines come together. So, where should we dive in first?
Let's talk about the party.
Oh, the party. Let's start from the beginning.
That's kind of where, let's start from the very beginning. We always do that.
The very beginning.
So he's at a party and he's like quoting himself. Yes, old William is like, you hear his voiceover and he's like, oh, this bad, evil thing has been a part of me all along and you were the only one to see it. How did you see it? And like, he's doing something weird with his wrist.
It looks like he's talking to his forearm. And we see that continuously through the episode, which is kind of like because we do see Bernard at the part of the episode kind of like go in there and put like the little USB thing in there, which kind of like really connects you to like your internesh.
So like obviously the man in black, William, is thinking there's a possibility he might be a host. He's like, why? What is this thing?
But I think it's really important actually kind of like stop and realize like, when does this party actually take place? What time is this? Is it before he goes back in the park? Is it before he even kills me?
It seems like
when was this? Is a question I like to know.
Oh, it had to be some time ago because how long was his wife supposed to have been dead for?
I mean, obviously it happened before he went and killed Maeve because he did that to prove his daughter wrong, but in a way prove his daughter right.
Yeah.
So we know it goes all the way back to that timeline. Right. So it's just like even before we actually see like the Man in Black in the park.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's sort of where the timeline is at. And what else do we see? We see Bernard with his little sidekick. What is her name? Elsie. And how Ford is in his mind being like, don't trust her. Don't do this. Do that. Leave her. Blah, blah, blah. She'll betray you. And basically Bernard is like, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want. And he spares her and scares her and then leaves her. And even before that, what we saw was how his wife actually killed herself. Like that was a big reveal.
The Man in Black. I mean, the whole like build up to that with his daughter in the room. And I mean, I think it's like interesting too, because actually we like to learn where the Man in Black comes from. He comes from kind of like poor upbringings, like very humble upbringings.
And that was what his wife fell in love with him for, was because he wasn't like one of these rich snobs, because he was real. And then for her to find out like, you're not really who you say you are, you've been lying this whole time, like drove her mad.
Drove me a little crazy.
To alcoholism, like, and it's just crazy that his daughter didn't know any of this about him. And she thought that it was all the Man in Black's or all her mother's fault, like her being an alcoholic and all this stuff, sending her away, and her dad is innocent. And then to find out on his little card reader that Ford gave him, like just how different her dad actually is. Can
we talk about the card reader too for a second? Yes. Actually, kind of like if you actually, when the mom actually put that thing down, you actually got to see like, like young William and old William, and the spot of him kind of like dragging Dolores away.
Yeah, to rape her
and
murder her.
How many times has he done that? To feel such like admiration and love for this person and be kind of like, after I go to the park, I'm gonna fucking rape you and do crazy shit to you,
Yeah, who is he? And I still think, like, it was confirmed in this episode that the Valley Beyond is sort of a hub with all of the bodies for all of the guests if they choose to sort of live forever. And it was really surprising to me that the Man in Black's daughter was like, I want in on that. He was even saying, like, my daughter would never say that. Why do you want in on it?
Well, so she said that to get to him, to be kind of like, actually, I want you to take me there to expose you to all this stuff, to show the world who you really are. But also, spoiler, he shoots his daughter.
Yeah.
What?
Kind of saw that coming in a way. Happy Father's Day. You killed your own daughter.
HBO now
like, even if there's any slightest doubt in your mind that this may not be your daughter, why test that by killing her? Like,
I mean, they're going to do the scanner thing on her. They were on a scanner. Like, they did it to him. Yeah. And then they did it to her. And like they went beep beep beep, but we actually never see kind of like what that scanner said.
She could still have been a host. I mean, I thought he was going to go cut open her arm to see if she had something in there.
It seemed like we were going down that road.
But then he saw the key card, like the card in her hand, like that showed her who her dad truly was, which all very surprising. And then he like almost kills himself, and then he decides, wait, I'm going to see if I'm a host. And so we don't get to see if the Man in Black is a host or not. I think he's not, And I think he's going to become a host hybrid once he gets to the Valley Beyond. I'm still sticking to that theory that I've had the whole season.
Yeah, you still believe we're going to see like even like young William as
I think we're going to see young William, and he's going to be able to sort of have a do-over and sort of like discover himself. Because like Ford's whole point in the bar scene with the Man in Black was like, take a look at, I love that scene too.
Yeah, the wizard. Like, what is Oz doing without their wizard?
And it's like, take a look in the mirror, discover who you really are. And he's like, no, I'm still gonna lie about it, kind of thing. Yeah. Like, whatever, fuck you. And he's like, I think we'll play one last game to really get you to discover who you are. And I wonder like how much of this Ford actually knew was gonna happen or banked on happening. It's very interesting.
It's a lot of different layers happening within the show. I mean, the whole like Dolores and Teddy.
Oh my God, Teddy! Teddy.
We'll miss you forever. But I think it's also really interesting how like the first time we see Teddy and Dolores in this episode is when they're approaching Ghost Nation, and we go back to the first episode.
Yeah.
Where they extract the guy from the head, and and then you see Dolores actually give him a little speech.
Not all of us deserve to make it to the Valley Beyond, and they keep saying the Valley isn't meant for you.
The Valley isn't meant for you.
And it's so crazy because
bloodshed.
All of a sudden it's the Man in Black's turn for his story, and Dolores is taking the Man in Black stance in it. They switched places.
Yeah.
Because like the whole first season is the maze wasn't meant for you. It's meant for Dolores. And now the Valley isn't meant for you, Dolores. It's meant for the Man in Black. It's like a full circle.
I didn't even think about that, but that's something to think about.
It's kind of cool. It's poetic in a way.
Maybe a lot of, a little bit of poetry this episode.
Yeah, a lot of Shakespeare.
No, a lot of Alexander the Great quotes.
Yeah, Alexander the Great and gods and this and that. And I mean, gods have always been like a theme for Ford.
He wants to be a god.
He is in a way a god.
He is in a way a god, but also he realized like Alexander the Great Alexander wept because he realized that the one world he conquered was not enough. And this is the only world he was going to be able to conquer. So Ford is kind of like, I'll conquer this world, conquer the artificial world, and turn the artificial world into the real world.
Yes.
And I thought my favorite scene of the episode was when he talked to Maeve.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up.
Telling her kind of like, you are my favorite.
Yeah.
You were,
I thought fathers shouldn't have favorites.
Oh my goodness, don't talk about that. Happy Father's Day. I mean, but even then, like, I thought it was just so beautiful and poetic, but also like you realize kind of like she did achieve consciousness. She did because he programmed her to get on the train and leave. And she chose not to because of her daughter. She chose to stay. She's the most developed host out of everybody. Mm-hmm. Like she was kind of like, Ford's like, I will give you a path and you will take your path and you will go and it will see you through. It's like, but no, you waited. Like, I'm waiting for you. Yeah. Like, now I'll wait for my child. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't wait to see Maeve sort of like fight her way out of this one and what she's going to do in the end. Oh my God. Oh, but Clementine as well. Yeah, Clementine is being used as a weapon. Ugh. I mean, but you're going to know kind of like Maeve and Clementine will come force to force, and they used to be really close. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. Like, do you think Clementine might overcome her new programming? Sort of be like, oh, wait, I'm going to make my own choice, actually. Let me figure it out right now. That's a really good point. Like, what is Clementine going to do when she faces Maeve? What is Maeve going to do when she faces Clementine? Yeah. So that's like a battle that kind of like we've going towards that I wouldn't even expect at all from the beginning of the season. Why did Teddy? So Teddy killed himself because she told him to make sure there was nobody else left, and then he couldn't kill that last Ghost Nation dude. Yeah. And that was the main Ghost Nation dude. Well, like the runner-up to the main dude. That was his like sidekick. It was the first guy actually told him like, this is what the maze is. Yeah, the guy who's like, cut it out of my skull kind of thing. Yeah. Or put it in my skull. And he was true to his values. So he let him live, and then just realized, you know what? She changed me too much. I'm going to kill myself. But even there, it's kind of like, is that old programming within Teddy, or is that actually making him choose kind of like, actually, I'm going to take this consciousness, actually make a decision. Like, he knows he can't hurt Dolores. Right. Like, he wants to end this destruction, but he knows in his code, or like who he is, that he can't end Dolores. So he just can't protect her anymore. Instead of kind of, like, if I protect you, I'll be going against how I really feel. So anyway, I really can't hurt you and kill you off, kind of thing. So I'm going to kill myself and put the whole thing out of, commission. Poor Teddy. He did it. He sacrificed himself just for like, I don't want to be in your control no more. I'm an independent man, and I'm going to miss him. No. And so what do you think is going on with like the ocean and stuff? In the teaser for the next episode, they make it seem like it is a loop. When like, Bernard keeps on washing up. Bernard is on the loop. Click. We're talking about the season 10 trailer. Yes. Season 10 trailer. I mean, episode 10 trailer. Episode 10 trailer of like, we see that, and then we're going to see Logan again, which I'm super excited for. Logan. Some people think that is a host version of Logan, but I think it's just a flashback. I think Logan tried to, maybe what it is kind of like, Will show Dolores this thing, like a giant hole in the ground, going, this is what I'm going to do to actually destroy you.
This is the weapon.
But Logan was actually kind of like, let me show you how to use this.
Oh, shit.
Maybe Logan is a friend that she's referring to, not even William.
An old friend. Maybe it was Logan. Maybe Logan was like, you know what, fuck this place, because like my dad didn't give it to me.
There's Bernard and Arnold, or like Arnold and Dolores. Like how, I wouldn't be surprised if they were tight at one point.
Yeah, and I could see Logan's motives being like, fuck you, William. You left me naked on a horse. I almost died. And also, fuck you, Dad.
Like my family loves you more than they love me. Like,
fuck everything. I'm gonna destroy this.
The one thing that you actually love in this world, which is Dolores, against you somehow. Like, I'm planting my seed, and like, who knows? Maybe like his overdose. It's just so sad, like, to see all these like suicides. Like, the Men in Black drove his wife to suicide. Yeah, and Dolores drove Teddy to suicide. Yeah, and like these people have like such destructive things about them, but I think in the end, they will find each other. Like the Men in Black and Dolores will be together somehow.
I think it's going to be a standoff, like who's going to kill who, and if anyone's going to kill anybody. But I think there's going to be a moment of like, oh my God, what is about to happen? It's like we see her with a gun pointed at her head, and she's like, do it, and that might be William.
Who knows who that could be? Bernard. I mean, that could even be like a Teddy that kind of like Clementine's just like, wake up! We will destroy like zombies. Robot zombies is what will become, and I'm Clementine. I'm the leader.
I'm the leader.
Oh, Maeve, I see you there. I'll fight you with mind powers. And then like a mind power fight.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for the finale. It's going to be an 1.5-hour episode.
94 minutes of feature-length film. We're going to watch it. There'll be so much to talk about.
And we are going to be live here next Monday talking about the finale.
So
be sure to tune in.
Please join us. Thank you for being serious with us.
Wait, we need to talk about the comments.
We got comments last week. We'll go talk about right now today. Hey. But I thought like it's a lot of the things we saw, like the Man in Black's wife's suicide that we've been hearing about since like episode, like way back in the first season, and kind of like his cornerstone. So very amazing things are happening.
Okay. So Kent.
Last week's episode comments.
Kent Goertzen.
I think it's K. Richard J.
What?
I think it's K.
No, I'm talking about Kent. Kent said Zahn McClarlin was amazing. Absolutely beautiful episode. We agree.
That's the Ghost Nation guy.
K. Richard J. This is for episode 9, by the way, is what we're talking about. There goes the light.
We don't need that anymore.
Can you see the difference in lighting?
Don't look at me!
Said the Man in Black is not currently a host. His daughter intends to record him and use him as a test subject, forcing him to relive his evil deeds. That is a really good theory. And she did say to the Ghost Station people,
I will torture you a lot more than you can torture him.
I'll torture him a lot more than you will. So like give him to me. And that's a good theory for that.
Yeah.
That is a possibility.
So we like that one. What a difference. The light fell down.
Our light fell. We're going to go now. I love you guys.
Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you next week for the season finale of season 2, Westworld.
Woo! Tune back in. Comment.
Yes. Please comment, like,
subscribe.
Subscribe. I'm here.
Bye.
Yay.